with Acronis software where we were engaged in a Twitter chat with some other fellow bloggers in the New York region, and I got to tell you, it was really interesting. Product does a lot, and I had asked your team to see if you would come on because, as VP and General Manager, you would know best. So tell us a little bit about yourself. Tell us about the product.
Okay, thank you. So first of all, I'm a parent myself. I actually have a 2 weeks old son and 1.5-year-old daughter.
Congratulations! Congratulations!
Thank you. And because of that, I have a lot of pictures. And my wife is a photographer and artist, so she takes a lot of pictures. And I really know about data protection because I have to protect all the data, all the pictures. So we cannot afford losing anything. So I can just give you a quick overview of our product, which is called Acronis True Image.
Goddard, I want to stop you because for a parent, you mentioned something, very important. It's about pictures, data, video. These are the things that parents can't do without. So it's something that we do have to safeguard as parents. And here's my full disclosure. I've been in technology for about 20 years, so I might see a few things, and with you being in the technology industry, you might know a few more things. But we want to help the parents tonight on what they should be concerned with in forms of backing up, best practices, all the above. So I'm really excited. I'm going to turn it back over to you. I just wanted to let you know that when you said you were a parent, you have 2 children, but you have a newborn, so you're snapping all different types of pictures all the time.
Yeah, absolutely.
So, you know what? Without further ado, I'll let you go and tell us about the product and your thoughts and everything else like that.
Yeah, so we're talking to parents. So what can happen with a computer? Many things. So hardware can fail, software can fail. Little kids can do some damage to computers. My daughter loves to spill some water over my computer. Probably that's the way she's telling me that I shouldn't work that much and I shouldn't work at home, but she does that all the time. So these things happen and we should be protected. But there are some other bad things that can happen to computers, so viruses and malware, and especially ransomware, the software that actually encrypts all of your files and then asks you to pay. And usually, even if you pay the ransom, they will never decrypt your file anyways. So this is actually a huge problem, and it's growing. So we recommend everyone to keep multiple copies of their data, especially something they want to protect. And that's why we built the Acronis True Image product. It's on the market for 15 years. We have more than 5 million users around the world. And the product itself is basically a backup solution for Windows and Mac computers and for Apple and Android mobile devices. We recently added also Facebook backup because people were asking us for it. And when we were designing the product, we were thinking about every user. So the way we build it is that anyone can install it, and the person shouldn't be an IT professional to do it. You just basically install it in a couple of clicks. You have everything backed up to an external drive or network drive if you have it at home, some kind of a NAS device, or to our secure cloud. So just 2 clicks and you're already protected. But if you're a geek, you can have a bunch of different settings. So we have many more advanced options for people who really want to do something with a product. But we were thinking about every typical computer user in mind when we were building it. And maybe a few advantages of our product is that when you back up your Windows and Mac computer, it backs up everything automatically. Operating system, applications, file settings, pictures. You don't have to think about what to back up. It will just create a full replica of your computer. So that's I think, one of the advantages for people who have no time to think about what to copy and where to copy. And we recommend to keep at least 2 copies of data at all times. So if you have something in your computer, an external drive, maybe some flash cards, just create a copy of it and store it on an external drive and store 1 copy in the cloud. So just in case something happens, with computers, with external drives, anything can happen. So it's better to have another copy in the cloud.
Very, very, very important. I want to take a step back. So I'm coming as the non-IT person. I'm just coming as a dad that has pictures of the children over the years, and you mentioned something very important to me where you said you can back up your Facebook account or a copy of your Facebook. So tell me, as if you were talking to a non-computer user, non-techie, why would I need to back up my Facebook? And how would I even do that? Is it easy to do? And what are some of the benefits?
Yeah. So why you may need to do that is because the world is filled with some bad people. So now we know that Facebook accounts being hacked and some data removed or accounts removed completely. So that can happen. Sometimes some technical glitches happen, so you can lose something that you posted to Facebook. Actually, that's something that happened to me personally a few years ago. Or you can accidentally delete something, or you can just delete something because you think you don't need it here, but then you realize that you don't have a copy. So there are many reasons why you may want to create a copy of your Facebook data. And to be completely honest, there's a way to do that. So you can actually, Facebook settings, you can download the full archive, but you'll have to download it every time, and it's not very convenient. So what we've done, we basically build a very simple service. If you use our product, you just log in with your Facebook account, and we'll automatically download all the data from Facebook, and we'll keep it in sync all the time. So if you remove something, you'll be able to restore a copy, and you will have a copy of all of your data. So what's important for many people, you will actually own the data that you host on Facebook. You will have your own personal copy. So even if you decide to go totally offline, just remove your social media, or someone will hack into your account and delete it, you will have a copy.
That is, I can't tell you how interesting that is, because when, in this day and age, when you're sitting there and you're uploading to your Google Drive and your Facebook and your Dropbox, and if you think about it, you really don't own that data anymore. You can claim ownership, but it's at a provider. It's at a provider's warehouse. So tell me more about the Acronis Cloud.
Yeah, we have our own data centers across the world. We have we have 18 data centers, 4 of them in the U.S., and those are secure data centers where we keep the data encrypted, so only you can have access to your data there. Actually, I wanted to comment about the people who are hosting some data on some services like Dropbox or OneDrive. We have a lot of our customers who actually create backup copies of the data that they host there, because you can sync your Dropbox or OneDrive or Google Drive with your computer and then just back it up and have another copy. And the reason people doing that, because if you have something in your cloud service and you delete a folder or a file, and it's gone from all of the device, because we'll sync it automatically. And usually those services keep a deleted copy for 30 days, and that's usually not enough. But actually, what else can happen is that you may be working in a folder that was shared with you by another user, and you sometimes cannot tell the difference. It's just a folder. You work on a project, or you share your pictures with your family, and this is a folder that someone else owns, and then that someone else just revokes the permissions, and you don't have a folder anymore. Everything's gone. So people prefer to keep a copy of everything, even if it's a cloud service. And last but not least is if you keep everything with just one provider, it's virtually the same as having just one copy of your data. And we all know that if you really want to be protected, you have to have at least 2. So it's always a good idea to have another copy stored somewhere separately, just in case, because you don't know what's going to happen, or maybe you want to have access to that particular provider at a time when you will really need the specific file. You don't have time to wait, so you can download it from another provider.
So with the with the Acronis Cloud, am I able to go to, let's just say if my PC had a hard drive failure, am I able to go to another PC and pull that specific image down? Like, how does that process work?
Yeah, you can definitely do that. So we have a simple tool that creates a bootable USB drive. You basically plug it into a new computer, boot your computer using that USB drive, and then you can download the data from the cloud. And in our product, we have a unique technology that is called Universal Restore that actually allows you to restore your computer to any other type of hardware, even if it's not compatible. And I know that listeners of the podcast are not very technical, so I will not give a lot of details. But basically what we can do, we can take whatever you backed up from one computer, even if it contains the operating system, all the applications. For example, you have a Lenovo computer, and then you want to recover to Dell computer. It may be different hardware,
Right.
different hard drive size, but you still be able to do that, and you'll be up and running as soon as your backup is downloaded and restored.
So as we start to move, as we've been moving over the last couple of years from, the standard desktop and standard laptop, yes, we still have those devices, but we're moving totally mobile. You mentioned at the start of the conversation that, yes, you can also back up Android and or iPhone. Is it something
Yep.
easy to do, or what are the steps behind that?
Yeah, so what we can do, you just basically download an application for iPhone or Android, and we're going to add Windows Phone as well. And in that application, you just select the type of data you want to back up. So photos, videos, contacts, calendars. We're backing up the data from the device, and then that data can be backed up to our cloud or to a local computer. And some people actually ask us all the time that if they have already an iPhone and they can use iCloud, what could be the benefits of using our solution? So our benefit is that you can have just one account with multiple devices backed up to that one account. So you will have access to all of your data from all of your phones, which is actually very useful in a family setting.
Yes.
If someone in my family actually looking for a picture or just trying to recover something because it was deleted accidentally, I can actually help using our cloud and just recover those files, and we can recover a particular picture, so you don't have to recover everything. That's one advantage. Another advantage, you can back up multiple phones, iPhones and Androids, to our cloud storage, and then you can recover information that you had on an iPhone to Android and from Android to iPhone. So some people use it for migration purposes as well when they switch devices, and people do that all the time.
Folks, just in case if you joined us, this is Late Night Parents. I'm Ted Hicks, but we're talking with Gaidar, the VP of Acronis software, True Image, the data recovery, data backup software. Gaidar, next question I have for you is, and it's kind of a piece of, kind of leans into the last question. Are we at the point where if you pull up the software like in a recovery mode, if we're looking for a specific photo or something, it allows you to drill down into the various folders to find, let's say if I'm looking for the Labor Day photos, if I have it labeled that way, would I be able to find it?
Yeah, absolutely. So we have a search built in for cloud backups and for local backups as well. So you just click search and you type in the part of the name of the photo if you know it, and you'll be able to find it. And then in the future, what we're going to add, we'll add more sophisticated ways to search for information, because we know that people are actually uploading more and more data, different types of data. So we're constantly thinking about how can we improve the search capability. But for now, if you know the name of the file, or at least approximately know the name, you can find it.
Perfect. What are you doing, if you don't mind sharing with us, what are you doing more? I mean, yes, this is primarily for the parents, but do you have a version of the software available for, let's say, like the enterprise, for smaller, medium businesses, for parents that are, small business owners?
Yeah, actually, we have the full product line. So Acronis True Image product is intended for personal use, for family use, or very small businesses. So people who have very small offices want to maybe up to 5 employees, they actually use Acronis TrueImage. For a larger organization, we have a product called Acronis Backup. And for enterprise, we have Acronis Backup Advanced. And we also have a set of solutions for service providers, like hosting providers or telecom providers, that can just use our software and provide backup services to the end users based on that software. So we actually covering full set of solutions from home user through enterprise to a service provider serving many other customers.
Very, very impressive. I guess one last question is, so and I kind of want to focus more on the cloud. Tell us about, and this is going to sound a little techy for some of our listeners, but you have multiple data centers, you have it replicated. Like, this data is it going to one specific data center, or is it going to multiple data centers? I kind of want to know about, the infrastructure behind Acronis.
Yeah, so what we do now is basically a user can select to which data center to back up. We allow customers to select different countries. So if you in one country, you can select data center in another country. So each backup, you can decide where you want to store your data. So, for example, you can create one backup to the U.S. and one backup to Japan, just in case if you want to keep your data there. And we know a lot of our customers actually from Asia, from countries like Singapore and Japan, they have multiple copies in different data centers. So that's another unique feature that we provide. So you're in control where to store your data.
That is very, very unique, I got to tell you. Very slick, too. Very, very slick. I got to thank you so much for joining us tonight and telling us about the benefits behind Acronis. If anyone is interested in learning about any more information on the software, or, where should they go? Tell us about your Facebook, the Acronis Facebook page. Tell us about the digital imprint of the application to learn more about it.
Yeah, actually, everything that you want to learn will be at our website. It's basically acronis.com. So you just go there, and Acronis TrueImage is there, all of our products there. We have a lot of information, and you can watch videos and look at some comparison tables and everything there, and you can see what we have. And actually, we have a special deal for the holidays. If you type in acronis.com/gift, you'll get to a special page that is like a secret page where we have a very special deal where you can get a product at a very large discount and also get a free copy for your friend, because it's holidays and everyone wants gifts. So why not to give away some peace of mind?
Gaidar, I want to give you a round of applause. Thanks so much for joining us, and we look happy holidays, Merry Christmas, and look forward to speaking with you in 2017.
Happy holidays, and stay warm and safe. Bye-bye.
You too. Thanks again. And we were just talking about Acronis, the Acronis software. Pretty thorough product, really, really, really interesting. I would say go to the website, find out more information on it, because parents, you need to know about ways to back up those important files. So for whether you're the small business owner, or you're involved in a large corporation, or you're just a parent and you just say, hey, I need to back up these important pictures of the children or specific family events over the years, it's something great to I think it's a pretty decent product to have. And if not per se that product, then a specific product like that where you need to back up your data.